this series is very important for both countries. And when we talk about the national stadium wicket is always help for the spinners. But reverse swing bowling is very important from your side. So what kind of preparation you have regarding this? Thank you.
Well, in all honesty, we come here, we don't really know the conditions that well. No one in the team has played here in Pakistan before, bar one or two of our coaches. So we've had one or two chats. We go through the preparation. Obviously, we do understand on the subcontinent spin and reverse swing does play a big part. So we're making sure we got all our bases covered in our preparation.
Hi, Captain. This is Shoaib Jack from Pakistan, a journalist. Can you please fix the frame because your head is out of the frame? Thank you. Thank you. My question is that in COVID circumstances, every team have to spend or have to face the quarantine at least 14 days. But Pakistan Cricket Board is allowed to allowed to join you a field, which is very good sign. Would you like to praise the Pakistan Cricket Board? They are giving you a facility to come out from hotel and do your preparation. And the second question is, how would you rate the Pakistan environment? Because South Africa team came here after 13 years. So would you like to comment about it?
Two things. Obviously, two questions. Obviously, yeah, it helps that we don't have to do 2 weeks quarantine. To be honest, I think going forward, 2 weeks quarantine is almost out of the picture because we're playing so much cricket. So it's a big help that Pakistan, the board, let us come out and start preparing early. I think obviously it does help out a lot. And then obviously, well, to be honest, we haven't really seen much of Pakistan. We're across the road from the hotel, where we practice our training facility. So, and we only allowed in our rooms and in the team room. So, I haven't been able to see much of Pakistan at all, to be fair. But the rooms look quite nice though, at least.
Thanks, Quinton. And just before we continue, I would like to just ask everybody to stick to one question each because we do have quite a lot of people who would like to ask a question. We're going to head on to Shahid Hashmi and then Faizan Lakhani and Khalid Khan. Shahid, you can go next.
Quinton, usually teams are suffering because of the bio bubble, the COVID situation. Do you think it's a more difficult tour because the security will also be on your minds?
To be honest, before we got here, obviously the security was obviously a big part. But then we arrived here and we saw the extent of the amount of security there is here. I think the guys have gotten a lot more comfortable. Obviously, it looks like every corner is checked. All bases are covered, touch wood. But at the moment, we feel safe. There's a lot happening. From when we landed, there was a lot of security. So for now, we're feeling really safe. So there's nothing that for now, we're just worrying about cricket.
Faizan?
Yeah, thanks. Quinton, this is Faizan Lakhani from Geo Television. My question is, you haven't played in Pakistan for last 13 years, and Pakistan has always been a very good side at their home soil. How challenging it is going to be for your side, and how are you planning to cope up with the challenge?
Yeah, obviously, the Pakistan team in their own conditions is always going to be tough. I think playing most teams in their own conditions is always tough. I think our biggest challenge is the conditions that we could face. The unknowing of the things that we're going to have to deal with. I think when you go to places like Australia, India, wherever you go, you kind of know what you're going to get. I think the unknowing of the things that are going to happen. Yeah, I think that's a big part. But I'm sure Bouch and one or two of the other guys who have played will keep us up to date of how the conditions and how everything works here.
Quinton, this is Khalid from Dawn. My question to you is, considering what Pakistan had gone through in recent weeks, with losing to New Zealand very badly, and then the sort of a panic button being pressed, and there have been so many changes. You must have read it in the newspaper. Now, you think that will be beneficial for South Africa in the sense that Pakistan will be largely be inexperienced side when you take them in the first test on the 26th of January?
No, I don't think that counts for anything. To be honest, I think I've played New Zealand before. It's difficult to bat there if you haven't played there before. And that same team that played in New Zealand, for them to come play in their own conditions will probably be a much better fighting team. I can guarantee you that. I think just knowing that one of their main players is also coming back, Babar. Obviously, I saw that he didn't play, if at all, there in New Zealand. So that's definitely going to be a much different team to what went there and to what's coming back here. I think they're going to be a very competitive side when they get back in their own conditions.
Thanks very much. We're going to move on to Imran Siddiqui, followed by Muzamil Asif and Majid Bati.
First of all, welcome Quinton to Pakistan. There is a lot of question about series. I wanted to ask that there is a comparison between Babar, Kohli, Williamson and Root. Where you rate Babar in this list, and please don't say that everyone has his own class. I want your honest opinion on that. And secondly, Pakistani fans want you to play PSL. When you will be available and play PSL?
Yeah, I think Baba has obviously shown over the last couple of years that he's a top class. Obviously, it's no surprise that he's getting rated as top of the world. He's done well all formats and all around the world. Seems to only be getting better and better also as he goes on. PSL, have no clue. At the moment, I've got too much other cricket on my plate playing for the Proteas. So, yeah, until who knows when.
Hello, de Kock Asif from ARY, and welcome from my side to my country. De Kock, I just want to ask that Pakistani people waited for so long to see competitive teams like South Africa, Australia, England playing here. Due to COVID-19 circumstances, they won't be able to come to the stadium, and and everybody knows that how passionate the crowd here is. I'm sure you will miss that crowd, and any message for the people here who waited for so long to see players like you, Du Plessis, and other players like to play here at their home soil?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, for everyone that, no one's allowed to attend the stadiums. Obviously it's unfortunate, but at least there will be an opportunity to see that we are progressing. Obviously it's our first time also playing in Pakistan over 14 years. So that's one step forward to where we're going to get to hopefully in the future. And obviously, yeah, like you said, it's just unfortunate with COVID related things, but I'm sure things will just get better as time goes on then we can everybody can watch the cricket game live again and really enjoy it.
Quinton, this is Majid Bhatti. You played a lot of cricket against Yasir Shah, but this time National Selection Committee of Pakistan announced two newcomers, off spinner Sajid Khan and left-arm spinner Noman Ali, both top performers in our domestic cricket. Do you think Pakistani spinners are a big threat for South African team on this slow pitches of Karachi and Quinton?
Yeah, I'm sure they will be. I guess why they've picked two extra spinners. So I think it goes to just that's those two selections. I think obviously that says a lot about where they want to go and how they want to prepare these wickets. Yeah, obviously with them picking the two extra spinners will obviously say in their selection how they're going to prepare wickets and how they're going to want to play. So we just got to make sure we prepare well, and when we get out there, we just deal with what we have to deal with.
Thank you.
And we'll take one final question from the Pakistan media contingent, Mr. Usman Khan.
Hello, Quinton. My question that you are the only batsman whose average of batting is higher than the other batsmen against Pakistan. So, do you target any bowlers, or what's your plan? Are you going to again score big for South Africa?
Yeah, I'd love to score some runs. I'm sure everybody else in the team would also love to score some runs. So yeah, we'll just have to go out there and just try and perform as best as we can, I guess. And then hopefully, just try and score some runs.
Sorry, guys. The last two is Norman from SF360, and then we'll do Basif Jabbar, and then we'll wrap up with Pakistan. So you can start with Norman.
Hello, Queenie. First of all, I would like to welcome you to Pakistan. I hope you are doing good and enjoying your time over here. I just want to ask you about your individual performances as compared to your overall career average of 38. You have been a bit on a slower side when it comes to the Asian pitches, like you averages 22 on the Asian surfaces. So on a personal level, how important this tour going to be for you?
Oh, well, I guess I'm not too sure. I think just try and Karachi, score some runs. I think when we've played in Asian pitches in the past, I think they target this team specifically and they prepare dust balls, and also it's in the past but made a bit uneven contest. But it is what it is. I have scored some runs when the wickets are decent. So yeah, I'll come out here and just try and get the job done and hopefully score some runs.
Good afternoon, Quinny. Basif Jabbar from cricket.pk. My question is that is there any specific player on your radar or you are discussing in the team meetings from the Pakistan squad? Any special player that you want to be prepared for?
To be honest, we haven't really got there. There's still over a week left until we play. So, later on in our preparation, we'll start talking about and preparing for everyone. For now, we're just focusing on ourselves, just trying to get ourselves, just match fit ready. And that's about it at the moment.
Thanks, everybody from the Pakistan contingent. We are going to start now with the South African questions. Ladies and gentlemen, please indicate on the chat panel when you would like to have your questions asked. We'll start with Lloyd and then Tianis, followed by Fidos.
Thanks, Sipokazi. How's it, Quinny? I was just, you specifically, if we go back to, IPL, England, Sri Lanka, and now Pakistan, and I know you've spoken about it a bit, about the difficulties of this bubble life, and you probably more than most guys in the squad, because you've been involved in all of those series, you've been living in a bubble for quite a lot of the last few months of your life. I mean, just mentally and emotionally, I know you said, I think it was after Sri Lanka, you're not too sure how much longer this can go on for, how sustainable it is. How difficult is it? And especially when you go to a country like Pakistan, where you haven't been together as a group before. I mean, how draining is it, and how much of a mental challenge is it to live this kind of life?
Yeah, it's something that's not easy. I have said it before, eventually to some players it will catch up from an emotional side and a mental side. It's tough, and you're trying to keep yourself mentally stable and perform for your country at once. There's only so much of that you can carry on with. but you carry on because people back home want to watch good cricket, want to watch you perform. So that's something that keeps you interested, or motivated, as I can say. So yeah, it's not something that's easy. Just say for myself, I think I've only been home for 3 weeks, if that, maximum 3 weeks over the last 5-6 months. So yeah, it's been tough, but soldiering on.
Thanks.
Dennis?
Hi, Quinny. I have a question that's got nothing to do with cricket. I saw you caught a Mursa shark last week in Naisna. Can you just tell us a bit about that? And is it quite rare to catch? I know nothing about fishing. Is it rare to catch sharks? And what kind of shark was that?
No, those sharks are everywhere at the moment. Those raggies, they call it a ragged shark, but they're everywhere at the moment, especially on the coastline. It's the warmer water and being somewhere down that side of the coast. So no, pretty simple to catch, and that is actually a medium-sized one. They get about another 50-60 kilograms bigger. So yeah, I've been seeing a couple of photos, been some big ones coming out of the lagoon since I've left.
Firdaus?
Hi, Quinny. We've seen that Prasanna's time with the national team has come to an end. Could you just tell us a little bit about what role he played and if there was anything specific that he helped you or anyone else with that really stands out for you?
Yeah, it only came to my attention late last night that obviously P-Dog is not going to continue with us. I think a lot of guys took a lot of value. I think he's, a lot of guys use them, when it comes to analysis, their own preparation. He was always there, if it's either stats or video footage. He was, always helping out the guys. And when the guys needed help from him, he was always there for them. So, it's a tough thing to see him leave. Ever since I've started here, he was here. So yeah, it's going to be tough to see him go, but I guess that's the nature of the beast at the moment.
Telford?
How's it, Quinton? You were talking earlier about all the security making you guys feel safe. But I wonder if there's a danger that it could be a distraction from the actual cricket and perhaps get in the way of what you need to do, or what do you feel about that?
Just put it this way, when we were coming here, obviously security was a concern, if not the biggest concern. And then when we landed here, we saw the amount that was security that was going on, and everyone, we became a lot more calmer. And obviously over the days, it's actually become less of a worry, and we've actually been able to focus more on cricket. Obviously on the plane, guys spoke about all this and what about this, and when we landed here, we saw the amount that there's really, it's something to be seen. The measures they've taken, they've taken so many where we can actually feel comfortable and just focus on the cricket, and not be worried at all about the security. So yeah.
Thank you.
Pila, followed by Stuart.
Thanks, Bogazi. Hi, Quinny. I'm just picking up from Firdaus's question about Prasanna. You guys have Rivash Gobind now as performance analyst on this tour. How much are you guys taking from him in terms of finding out more information about the current Pakistan squad? Because it's very different from what they had for the New Zealand series, with a lot of the more established players out of that squad. How much are you guys doing in terms of finding out more about the lesser known of those players that are in that Pakistani squad? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure Gobes is busy at this moment looking at footage, getting the best, everything that he can. We're just waiting. There's still over a week left until we play. So there's more than enough time for him to find out information. So when we do a team analysis and everything, which will be in the next couple of days, I'm sure we'll have everything covered by then.
Hi, Quinny. I was wondering, your spot in the at number 5 in the batting order was something that Mark was quite insistent upon before the Sri Lanka series. I was wondering if anything had changed in your thinking about where you would like to bat in the Test side, and if you feel that Temba, Vian, or whoever might fill those sort of 6-7 spots might move ahead of you, and if you were comfortable changing your position in the batting order. Thanks.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm all right with batting at 5. Just sounds like everyone can't decide whether I should bat 5 or 7 at the moment. So I think with our team, we'll be pretty settled. We're pretty settled. Well, I'm pretty settled where I want to bat at 5. I'm quite happy there. But it's probably just the outside noise of our bubble, just commenting on where I should bat and whatnot. So, if I'm batting at 7, they want me to bat 5. If I'm not batting at 5, they want me to bat 7. So at the moment, I'm pretty much settled at 5, and I'm happy to be there.
Thanks, Quinny. We've got Fidos, followed by Pila, and then we've got space for one more question if anybody would like to indicate on the chat panel for that last question.
Quinny, can you tell us a little bit about the journey of getting to Pakistan? We know that you had to end up taking a charter flight. What was it like having your flight cancelled? And I suppose a lot of us haven't traveled at this time. Is it quite a nerve-wracking thing?
Well, no, it wasn't too hectic. We obviously we're at home at a stage, and email comes through. So if flight has been cancelled, but literally as soon as we got the email from Emirates, and we got a message from CSA to say, no, don't worry, things are already sorted. We're already on a flight. So as soon as it got cancelled, we were back on another flight again. So nothing really changed. It's still easy. You still had to do all our obviously our COVID tests and all that stuff. And then, it's just about, nothing really changed, I guess. Just pretty smooth sailing to get here.
We'll finish off with Pila.
Thank you, Spogazi. Quinny, I know a large portion of the current squad has never been to Pakistan before, or at least play international cricket there. I think more recently it's been Faf du Plessis who's played in a few games in the PSL. How much of it is difficult to try and get over, knowing that you guys have never been there before, and also just the euphoria of having Test cricket back in Pakistan, and Pakistan facing South Africa, which is one of the top sides in the world in terms of rankings. How have you guys sort of soaked in the whole sort of occasion of being in Pakistan for the first time in your guys' career?
Yeah, obviously, it's new for us, especially the majority of the players. Obviously, 1 or 2 of the staff guys have been here before. So for us, everything's still new. We're still taking it in. We're still trying to get used to everything here. We've had a couple of practice sessions, and the conditions are a lot different to what we faced from other places around the world. So that's why we're here early. And it's just to make sure we find our feet and get comfortable as quickly as we can. Start getting match really nice and early. That's just all of what it's been about. Obviously, playing Test cricket back in Pakistan. Obviously, we all knew about the nerves about coming here in the first place, and now coming here, it's a reality. And I'm sure the more we get settled, the more excited, and we're getting ready to play. We've heard some good stories about Pakistan in the future. In the past. So, I'm sure as this tour goes on, we'll start getting a lot more excited and amped to play cricket.